Welcome back to the No Good Show. I am your host, James Rhodes. Today, April 20th, 12:19 in the morning, I am joined by my lovely cousin, Preston, a.k.a. Ferrell Lunsford. Welcome, Preston.
Thank you. Glad to finally be on the show, because goodness, I've been waiting for a while, dude.
Well, hopefully you got some good stuff to talk about.
Oh, I could talk for hours.
Well, in tradition, and just sticking with what I did for my sister, I opened the show with a song that I know she hasn't heard before. Music has always been a big part of my life from when I was, thinking back to when I used to steal my grandpa's recorder, and I would record songs on the radio and go hide in his closet to listen to songs again. Music's always been a big part of my life. So my SoundCloud page is pretty active, and I came across this song that's kind of a spiff on it's the Donald Trump phrase, "I'm gonna come." Have you heard that?
Yes.
Okay, so here it is. Have you heard this?
I have not heard this.
Hopefully it's not too loud.
No, it's good. oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought you might get a kick out of that.
Dude, you know what? That actually just kind of reminded me. Like, do you remember whenever I had to have been like 12 or 11, and you and Haley would be in the car. You would drive us around for baseball, and you'd play dubstep.
Oh yeah.
And she just didn't get it.
She didn't like it.
She hated it. I was always bumping it with you, but she hated it.
Yeah, so that's actually a great place to start, because that takes us all the way back. I actually have where's it at? There's a playlist on here
somewhere.
Was it Hardstyle? Might have been this one. Legitimate dubstep.
I mean, it was kind of that kind of stuff. But I don't remember. It didn't have any words from what I remember, but
so it's actually really unfortunate, but I had for probably 12 or 13 years, I had a SoundCloud profile, and I had about 7,000 songs that I've curated to my different profiles and playlists and stuff.
Yep.
And my account got hacked, and I lost all my songs.
Oh, SoundCloud got hacked.
Yeah, because I was trying to go back to find, because that's all I used to listen to. It was back before I made money, before I had a job, and so I couldn't afford SiriusXM or Spotify Premium. I couldn't afford anything like that, so I would just use SoundCloud. And back then, SoundCloud didn't have ads, so you could literally skip songs. It would just play them. Yeah. Now you have to have SoundCloud Premium or SoundCloud Go or Plus, whatever it is. That's the only way to get through the ads. But
I remember very vividly that you got me into house music. Like the style. I don't remember who it was by, but specifically the song called House Music, and then actual like genre house music. That
song called House Music?
Yeah, I don't remember who it was by. I can tell you what it looks like based on the cover it'll probably give, but
I'm gonna have to go back and
it's old.
Yeah.
It's really old.
It's gonna be hard to find that one. I wonder if I could pull up, if I just scrolled for days, if it would get to the very first song I
had. 6 years ago already. I mean, hey man, who knows? Got me into oh god, who was that? Duck Sauce?
That's a good one.
Barbara
Duck Sauce is a good one. Yeah. Barbara Streisand. Yeah. But anyway, so you said that spurred a thought on you. You used to ride around with me and Haley in the car. Was this? Tell me the age range, because unfortunately, I don't remember that.
I don't either. It had to have been either whenever you first either started high school, or like whenever you first started driving, or if anything, it was probably whenever you started going to college, or was like getting ready to go for the summer, because it was during my summer ball. I remember that very vividly, because mom would take me everywhere, and then sometimes you'd be there and you'd just drive us around, just like, hey, you want to go grab some food? And I'm like, absolutely. I'm a kid. Of course I want free food.
So if I was going off to college, because you're what? How old are you?
I am 22.
So we're 13 years apart. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I just celebrated turning 35. That's something to talk about.
Oldie. Come on, old
35 years old. I had an epiphany. So my birthday's on April 18th, so 2 days ago. And I know I'm old because so I got I think I got 5 text messages before 9 a.m.
Yeah.
saying happy birthday, right? 3 of the 5 were from companies. Those 3 companies were my chiropractor, my pharmacy that I use, and my primary care physician.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. So I told Brittany, I said, this is how I know I'm getting old.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But I mean, those are 3 important people or companies that I need to stay in contact with, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's how I know I'm getting old.
Yeah. I'm surprised Haley didn't text you at midnight. Yeah, so she did that for me, 12:02. I was like, kind of sparred on like a random moment. I was like, I was not expecting her to do that. So I was like, I'm about to pass out.
Didn't I forget to tell you happy birthday?
Yeah, that's why I forgot, quote unquote, to tell you happy birthday.
Payback.
Uh-huh.
It's payback. Well, you haven't told me yet. It's not recorded. It's not recorded.
Okay, well, happy birthday.
Thank you. What'd you get me?
Congratulations for turning 35. I got you me being here and eventually a Bella appearance, but I got to it's Easter, so she couldn't come this time, but
yeah,
eventually, I promise.
No, you're
Don't
fine.
worry.
I wanted to show you. It's not for you. Or I think I already gave you one, actually. I got last year, TX Whiskey did a collab with Texas A&M. You already had that bottle?
It was Christmas.
Well, I bought 4 that day. I wasn't going to give you another one, but I wanted to show you, but I don't know where I put it. So
Okay.
Never mind. But you already had one.
Yeah, I have one.
All right. So, man, where do we start? Let's just start current day.
Current day.
How's life?
Dude.
What are you doing? Where are you at?
How's
school? You got your new ring on.
I do. Gonna be kind of hard for the camera to see, but
you can see it.
Class of 25, Texas A&M. Right now I'm kind of just striving through, but that's okay. I'm taking 18 hours. Got a capstone project, which our client really hasn't been too responsive with. So we'll see how the final project goes, or like the final put together project goes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working at Producers Co-op, the feed store down there in College Station, biggest one in Texas. So you can imagine how that goes whenever people need cow.
Explain a co-op. What does that mean?
So the co-op really, from my knowledge, other than just throwing the bags in the trucks, is just we provide them the feed and then they provide us proof that they're actually giving us service back.
What does that mean?
So like for, let's say, a cattle rancher, they need valuable proof to say that, hey, we need your feed to grow a product, in this case a cow, so we can slaughter them and provide meat to somewhere like HEB. So it's cooperative in that way.
Does that mean they're getting it for free?
Not for free. Not for free at all.
It's just like a requirement of the company. Like
you don't have to be a member, and a good way. It's mostly for memberships as tax purposes, and like that's mostly part of it is just we need tax exemptions. So
yeah,
people love their tax exemptions.
Yeah, I need them too.
I don't blame them. But
you don't need them yet, but you will.
I feel like I need them right now, dude. Oh my goodness. But
you'll have to call me when you get your first big boy job. I can help you set up everything.
I got an internship.
Your mom does accounting stuff. She can help you.
Oh yeah. So I got an internship with Bella's dad, actually, for Blazer Buildings, an apartment complex.
Damn, you're throwing out company names. Okay.
Yeah. So it's not confidential or anything. So it's gonna be nice. It's project management position, so I'm gonna be right under the superintendent. So
okay.
We'll see how that goes.
And this is summer
job. Mm-hmm.
But you're also taking classes in the summer too.
Mm-hmm. 2 economy classes. So
online.
Yeah, over at Blend too. So it'll be cheaper and hopefully easier, but we'll see.
Are you staying in College Station, or are you having to move?
I'm actually gonna be with my mom down in Humble. Because he made sure it was going to be somewhere close to where I could get housing, and then just drive into work whenever I needed to. So whenever that may be, who knows? I might come in at 5 a.m. I'm sure I will, but
So you have to live next to the project, not to the like the corporate building.
Yeah, for now. Now, if something changes where I actually get a job with them, then yes, most likely.
Is that your hope?
We'll see. I don't know what their like true standards are. Frankly, I to this day I really don't know what I'm going to be worth. So it's going to be kind of fun to see what I do in the summer. But who knows? I might be making 90,000. I highly doubt it, but you never know. So we'll see.
In 3 months, you plan on making 90? Is that what you?
No. Sorry. Like if I do a project management out of college with a degree.
Well, is that because I'm assuming you have like college career fair days. Is that the numbers that companies are throwing around for project management?
Average number in Houston for college graduates is actually 100,000 starting, and I'd be lucky to get 90. So
keep talking.
Yeah, I mean it would be good. Any sort of money would be very nice either way.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously it's going to be most likely it's going to be salary, but contractually I don't know how it's going to work just yet, but. We'll see what chat says.
So okay, hold on. What is the average salary of a
project manager
college graduate going straight from college into project management? Let's be super specific in Texas.
Okay.
In 2025.
So I will go ahead and mention though that the numbers that I looked at, Dallas is about 15,000 less average.
60 to 70. So
that's what I'm
blowing
saying.
Smoke.
That's what I'm saying. Like up here in Dallas, it's like I think 85,000 is starting.
Dallas, Austin, Houston. What about?
But Houston, what I've looked into is that Houston and specifically is starting around 95 to 100,000. But
62 to 72.
60? Okay. I mean, even still, dude, that's...
Well, as a college kid, that's
not bad. You can probably negotiate it more towards that 70 mark, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know yet.
I love the ego of a fresh college graduate.
Hey,
the world's at your fingertips.
I'm ready for it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
That's awesome. So that's supposed to start, what, in June?
The internship? May, like next week after school ends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it'll be good. And then it goes until first week of August.
Very nice.
So it'll be a while.
So you threw around a couple of names there. I heard Bella. I heard, what was the name of the company?
Blazer Buildings.
Blazer Buildings. Who's Bella?
So Bella is my current girlfriend of 4 years, and I hope
4 years. Good
Yeah.
Lord. What are you waiting on?
My
just
mom's
kidding.
permission. Yeah, hey, you knew that answer. My mom's permission. She's like, can't do anything yet, but
not until you're self-sustainable.
Which I get. I understand that, but
yeah,
So we've talked about. She wanted me to actually move into an apartment with her very recently, because she is currently out of college. She graduated early, and her current roommate's not going to be there after this semester ends. So she's like, "Hey, I don't want to live alone. What are your thoughts?" I was like, "I don't mind, but
tough cookies. You don't play house before you get married, homie."
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I have to go through the Iron Giant. So that is my mom anyway. So I talked to her about it. She just instantly shut it down. I'm like, okay, well, you know what?
I mean, I have to agree with your mom.
Yeah, I mean, I get where she's coming from. At the end of the day, I do. But the way Bella saw it, and the way I'm kind of seeing it, like half and half. I see her perspective. Her perspective is like, it would be nice to see, like, be around her like for weeks and months on end to see how that goes. But I highly doubt that's going to make.
Are you going to see anything different than you don't already know?
See, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I highly doubt I am anyway.
Well, even if you were, I don't think you're not going to see anything that's going to stop you from wanting to move forward in the relationship.
No.
If you haven't seen it by now, you're not going to see anything.
Yeah. And like I said, it's an excuse.
And also, don't play house.
Yeah, I know.
Without the ring.
I know.
So, I think that's sowing bad seeds, but.
Bad juju.
I think so.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
tried it. Believe me, I tried it. I was the reverse. I was Bella in your situation with Brittany.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I was like, hey, I have an apartment. I got my own place.
Yeah.
So we met in October 2013. So this would have been a year and a half in, probably. But so the night I met Brittany, I told the buddy that introduced us, I told him that I was going to marry her that same night,
I
like
do remember
seconds
the story.
after meeting her. So I was very forward and wanting to not. I had no reason to go slow.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, I see a future here. Let's move forward. And she was like, I don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not moving in with you. And I was like, okay, I understand. You know, and there's religious beliefs attached to it as well. But then
I get
just principles and values that she had in her upbringing, which I fully respect.
Yeah.
And I think it benefited us in the long run too.
I agree. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like it was something to talk about. You know, I mean, I got to start thinking about that kind of stuff anyway. You know, because it's getting to that point. I'm currently, I don't know if my mom's awake, but I don't really care. I'm like saving up for a ring right now.
I hope Bella's not going to hear this episode.
She knows.
Oh, okay.
She knows. It's okay. But yeah, I was like,
what's an average ring cost these days?
So, all right. Well, here's the kicker. She doesn't want a diamond. She doesn't want a typical diamond. She would like an emerald ring, emerald engagement ring. So,
is that like a flash in the pan idea, or is that like a real thought out idea?
Real thought out.
You don't think she's going to regret that in 10 years when she's like, I do not like green right now.
No, I mean, I guess you haven't seen her all too often, but dude, it fits her style. She's very much
current style. That's what I'm getting at.
No, this has been for the previous 4 years.
So she wears green every day.
Well, it's the sun, the moon, the 70s. Oh my goodness, dude, she loves that crap. I don't blame her. The colors are pretty. So
yeah,
she loves sage green, loves that kind of blue, the pastel, a lot. Has, I guess they're postcards almost, but they're like 70s, 60s postcards of like Coke bottles, like all that kind of fun stuff, swimsuits, all hung up on her wall. Fleetwood Mac stuff, has vinyls everywhere. So, I mean, even if it is just a flash in the pan idea, I feel like it fits her so well that it's hard to say, you know, let's think about it. You know, that doesn't mean that she doesn't want like diamonds around it. She's you know, open to that idea, but she said the main one, she's like, not so much.
So yeah, I would feel like I feel like you should go with a diamond and then get a emerald as like a wedding gift to wear in your other hand.
Yeah. I'm still thinking about it. Like, I know what I'm trying to save for, and I'm still a little far off. So a little, yeah. Right.
You're a college kid.
Yeah.
You got a ways to go.
Yeah.
But you're working on it. That's what matters.
Yep. And I wanted to say that I could buy my own ring and not have to, take out a loan, which I didn't even know you could do that for a ring. That's crazy. And apparently sign up for a credit card with Zales. I did not know you could do that either.
Yeah, keep talking.
So I'm very excited for that day. But
so you talked about payment plans. I came across an article, I don't know, last week. So there's a company out there called Affirm. If you buy anything online, you've likely seen Affirm pop up where it'll say, like, let's just say something you're buying online is $100. The next line underneath that will be Affirm split payments 4/4, and it'll say $25. So Affirm is like a buy now, pay later, BNPL.
Yeah.
So Affirm just did a partnership with DoorDash. Did you hear about that?
I did not.
Meaning you can get on DoorDash and you can order food and then pay it back through Affirm. Yep.
That is crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
That is insane, dude.
Yeah. So, no, if you can buy it now, I mean, if you can buy it and not have the payment plan, that's definitely the option you should go.
That's what I'm planning. And I know the price range is like 2.25 to 3.5.
That's a healthy ring.
Oh, yeah. So it's not like a natural diamond, like 10,000 for the stone. I'm like, no, I'm good. So
I've had some friends that have saved up and spent a small Honda Civic on a ring and ended up regretting it.
I was gonna say I couldn't. So
yeah,
I just no thanks.
Yeah, How'd you guys meet?
I
I don't know this
the
story.
So it had been, I would like to say, 2 weeks into college. I mean, it was like fresh when we got there, right?
You might have to speak up a little bit.
Okay. So it was a random
college A&M or Blinn?
Yeah, college at A&M. So okay. I didn't technically go to Blinn like physically. I went to the Rellis campus. It's just another way of saying a different campus to get you out of main campus while you did in the engineering stuff. But yeah, I was in my dorm. All my high school friends were there. I don't know if I told you, but I shared a floor with pretty much like a good amount of my high school friends.
I think I remember that. I think I remember the move in.
So yeah, they were. We all went downstairs because we were like, hey, they were like, hey, this is a s'mores party. You know, it's just like get
Is this like a
people.
normal dorm room? Like I think a dorm room.
Yeah,
or it's just a big like apartment building, but just a ton of dorms.
Looks like a prison block.
Okay, yeah. I got you.
So, so it was a s'mores party, and they're like, hey, just come down, come meet people, come figure it all out. You know, just we're here for you. It's 2 weeks in, and I was like, yeah, why not? And we got all the guys down there, and next thing I know,
well, your buddies going in and with you, or they just come down to help you move?
No, they actually went.
They're going. So y'all are all in school there.
Yeah,
got it.
All for different things, but of course, yeah, we went down there. We kind of hung out for a little bit, and next thing I know, I turn my head and she's just standing there, kind of by herself, and I'm like, okay, well, let me go introduce myself. Let me, see what's up, and one thing led to another. I was like, hey, how are you doing? What's your name? Figuring it all out. He was like, you want to make a s'more? She said, yeah. And so it kind of kicked off, honestly. Went to Hurricane Harry's as our first official date.
What is that?
It was an old country dance bar.
Oh, okay.
It's not there anymore because the apartments took it over. But it was fun. It was a really good time. I taught her how to two-step despite I am terrible.
I was going to say, I don't know that you know how to two-step.
I am terrible at two-stepping. But you know what? She enjoyed it.
You tried.
She enjoyed it. She enjoyed it. I need to take an Aggie Wranglers class. Those are the people who really...
An Aggie what?
Wranglers.
As long as it's not the Yellers.
No, only the core people get into that. I don't know if you knew that, but yeah, only the core does that stuff, which they're already crazy enough anyway. I know way too many stories about the core anyway. So,
stories worth sidebar sharing or no?
Nothing terrible. Just they're all crazy and rowdy. You know how they are. So, and I mean, it's like military. Like it really is. My
just to memorize the chants.
Not so much the chants. That's not bad. It's just like you're expected. You better go to PT. You better run. You better wake up at 4:30.
Is this like the actual Corps?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying just a volunteer group that wanted to do the.
Oh
Aggie
no. Like that. I'm serious. Like only the Corps of Cadets, like the actual military people, only they can do the
I did not know
stuff.
that.
Yeah. So, but long story short, I took her to Hurricane Harry's. That was like our first official get to go on date.
How long did it take to go there after y'all met at doing s'mores?
I'd say probably about 2 or 3 weeks. We moved pretty slow, all things considered.
So you met her on a Monday, and 3 weeks later, you got to take her on your first date?
Got to take her to a dance, yeah.
Were y'all texting the whole time?
Yeah, I mean, we saw each other a lot, just kind of out and about. We just keep running into each other, and I'm like, okay. Yeah,
you obviously have a similar friend group.
Yeah.
I'm assuming A&M's freshman class is what?
It's a lot.
How many do you think is in there? 3,000?
Only.
How many kids?
I think we take in 35,000.
Freshman class at A&M 2025. 13 to 14,000 students. Goodness.
We have 75,000, I would think, at all times. But
what does it cost to go there a year?
I don't know. I think...
What's the average tuition? You have to know.
I don't know it off the top of my head. It's a lot.
Let's just say it's 10,000?
I would say so, but I'm off campus now. Well, let's do it for the freshman. Yeah, let's do 14 times 10,000. And guess where that all goes to? Jimbo Fisher.
Who's Jimbo Fisher?
Our old coach we got rid of. You remember that buyout?
That's $140 million.
Just on freshmen.
That's one class.
Oh, yeah.
Now times 4. It's $560 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's a semester. That's times 2. That's $1 billion. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah. So...
Oh, this is the coach that broke. Are you guys? What happened with that? I'm not a gig'em, so I don't keep up with it.
Dude, it was. I just remember my mom texted me, and I was like, "No, have faith, and then the next year it was just all downhill. I'm like,
you're talking about the football team?
Yeah, Jimbo Fisher. Next year, downhill. I'm like, no, all right, we got to get rid of him. I was like, I don't care what.
So it was your call.
Yeah,
you called the board and said,
I was like, guys, if you want our backing,
you are the 12th man.
I was like, if you want our backing whenever we graduate, get him out of here. Like,
how much was left on his contract?
Way too much.
70? Wasn't it 70, 75 million, something like that?
Only? I'd be surprised. I think it was 100.
How much was left? You said Jim Fisher?
Jimbo, yeah.
I love ChatGPT. 76 million.
Okay. Yeah.
95 million fully guaranteed extension in 2021. At the time of his firing, he had 8 years remaining. Goodness. Yeah. He's paying him the full $76 million buyout, making it the largest coaching buyout in college history. What's he doing now?
Probably living in Cancun.
What's Jimbo Fisher doing now?
He's probably out there living it up, dude.
He has not taken another head coaching job and is currently not coaching at the collegiate or professional level.
I mean, would you? Like, you just got that much money?
He stayed out of the public spotlight. There have been occasional rumors about media appearances or consulting roles. Who would pay him to consult?
Oh, God.
Given the status of his buyout, $76 million guaranteed, he's in no rush to jump to another position. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yep. And then, like, I kind of forget how we get on the sidebar, but, yeah, we took her to Harry's, when we went to Gumby's, and
what's Gumby's?
Pizza place.
Oh.
Pizza place. And I don't want to use the word Riz, but I was like,
oh, that wasn't around, but 4 years ago.
It wasn't at the time,
yes.
But I was.
Your charm.
I was
your
charming.
Southern charm.
I got to say, this is probably the only time I've ever been charming like that. But I was like, you know, she saw me smiling. She goes, "What's up?" I'm like, I'm just glad I can share a pizza with my girlfriend. She goes, "You didn't ask me yet." I said, "Well, would you?"
It's so corny.
It's corny. Oh, it's corny.
My skin's crawling right now. It's so corny.
Hey, it worked. It worked. So, but yeah, I mean, Harry's was definitely the first like great night. And after we went to dance, we went back to her dorm room, and then we danced some more. And it was fun. I got to meet her roommate Grace, which she's a whole nother story entirely, but she's crazy.
Yeah, don't out her best friend. That's not good.
Oh, she's my good friend too. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so it was good. It was a good time, and I got her to. I don't know if Mom knows about this, but I do have a street sign that I've gotten people's names on. I have people like good friends of mine. I'll just get them to come sign their names on my sign. Just if I ever get a man cave, I'll just stick it up.
What in the world does that have to do with Bella?
I got her to sign. That was one of those. Okay. I was like, I promise it wraps around. I was like, just give me a minute.
You did the Donald Trump weave. You came back.
I came back though. It all loops around.
Nice.
So I got her to. She was like one of the first people I got to sign that sign over there.
So you committed a felony then?
Yeah.
You stole city property.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I bought that street sign. Are you kidding?
Oh, good.
Who said anything about stealing? Are you crazy?
I didn't.
Yeah. No,
it's my fault.
It was good. Yeah, you assumed.
What's the street name?
Yeah, it's not a street name. That's what I'm saying. It's just one of those like Route 66 signs.
Oh, got it.
You get it like
Yeah.
So. Yep.
Very nice. That was 4 years ago, huh?
Yes, it was.
And you said she graduated early?
She did.
What's she graduated
in? Recreational Parks and Tourism Science.
Why is that funny?
Because it's a long name.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. Every time somebody asks her, she always gives the
Rec park.
recreational parks and tourism side.
Is she feeling the pressure with the recent cuts, like with other parks across the U.S.?
Well, she's not in a park. She's at Aguilan Humane, which is the animal shelter.
So it's insulated from outside pressure.
Yeah. I think it's a non-profit,
Mm.
so I don't think they have to worry about all the budget cuts and everything like that.
Got it.
Which is nice. So.
Yeah. Got it.
Yep.
Now, is she staying in College Station?
Yes, for now. Part of the other reason that we were looking at like houses and like apartments and everything was because she saw a house that she really liked. It was a condo. It was very cheap. It was like 180 for I think like 1,300 square feet. It was really cheap, really nice looking, updated place.
Mm-hmm.
But she kept thinking about it. She's like, I don't know if I want to get this just in case you have to stay in Houston. Because what are we going to do? I'm going to start paying off a 15-year loan and then
Can you not rent it out to college students?
She could. I mean, there was an extra bedroom. She thought about it, but I mean, her dad.
Like, as in, if you get stuck in Houston, she could turn around and rent it out to incoming college students.
Yeah, she probably could.
Yeah.
I just, in terms of monetarily, like paying it back, she was already going to have to pay like $1,300 to get it off in I think 12 years or something like that. I mean, obviously that's early, but she's like, I might as well just stay in this apartment for at least like another term for $1,200 rather than have to buy a house and pay it off that much for 12 years.
What does a $1,200 a month apartment get you?
3 bedrooms.
3. Goodness.
3 bedrooms, an open kitchen concept to the living room. So
that's incredibly cheap.
I know.
That's
pretty good.
Incredibly cheap.
Mm-hmm. So
Brittany and I had so we got married in 16. So in 18, the last apartment we lived in was a 3-bed, 2-bath apartment, and it was $2,700 a month.
Oh my God. No.
Mm-hmm. That's in downtown Fort Worth. I figured it would be a little. Well, maybe not. College Station is a little different.
I mean, the turnaround rate, I guess, but so they're always having to sign or something. But anyway,
yeah,
it's a pretty nice little apartment. But
yeah,
for $1,200, I was like, yeah, okay. I was like, just stick with the apartment then for now, just in case. You never know what's going to happen. But just thinking logically, I'd rather you pay for, let's say, 7 months to a year than 12 years straight.
Yeah.
So
what's your end goal then? Is your end goal to find a job in Houston or to find a job in Humble? No, that's where Doe lives.
Yeah.
College Station, San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth.
I thought about it a little bit, and I'm like, College Station. As much as it would be awesome to like live there, I'm like, I highly doubt I'd find a good job. Like in terms of construction, believe it or not.
Because it's saturated or what?
Yeah. And like I said, Houston does have more money opportunities as well as just job opportunities.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a mix of both, which is very nice.
So Houston's where you have your eyes set.
For now, yeah. For now. So, because like I said, I know Chat told you otherwise, but the things that I were looking at, Dallas is not paying as much as it is in Houston. So I'm like, that's another thing. But I don't know. The cost of living could be higher in Houston for all I know. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
It's one of those things. It's like California. You could be getting a crap ton of money. What's it going to matter if you have to pay 7/4 of it back? So 7 quarters. I know you heard that.
I did. I know exactly what you meant.
3/4.
Yeah, I know what you meant. So you're only in it for the money. That's what I'm hearing. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. What's your degree in? Or what will it be in?
It's called Agricultural Systems Management. It's a AGSM, but it kind of covers a lot of stuff. It does cover ag, does farming, everything like that, which I didn't know. Like farming is a very, very specific science.
Yeah.
I did not realize that. I thought it was just go out there, plant the seeds, get it some water, call it a day. You know what I mean? But no, it's a lot.
You never read the Farmer's Almanac?
I have not. I can't say.
You really haven't?
I
Even
really
with your
have not.
degree path?
Mm-mm.
Huh. You should pick it up and read it sometime.
What was that little...
I think it's a good art. I think it's good stuff. You should definitely take time to read it.
I should.
So it's what you're studying, essentially.
Yeah, I mean...
a leg of it, at least.
Yeah, I was going to say like a leg, but it encompasses a lot. Like food tech, mostly machinery, like anything machinery, pumps, anything ag, so combines, hydraulics, anything like that.
So do you want to get into? I mean, that doesn't really sound like construction project management. So
Well, that's what I was going to say. We do have some project management classes as well. So that was kind of where I was looking to. And then I'm also planning, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but construction science classes.
Nice.
Just because might help.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So could you get to a spot where like you're managing different farms, I guess?
I mean, I guess I could.
Or providing consulting services to farmers.
Yeah,
that
I could.
need help?
I could consult if I really chose it. I know that's some good money right there. But in terms of managing those farms, you're going up against a brick wall with some of these older men, dude. Mm-hmm. They're all set in their ways.
Yeah.
So it's like you either do it their way or they expect it one way. You don't do it, you're done.
Yeah.
So,
are you liking College Station and the Houston and all that, like kind of more southern Texas?
I do.
Over Dallas Fort Worth.
This is tough. It's very tough because I do like it up here. Mm-hmm. I really, really do like it up here, but it's hard. I can't tell you a definitive answer, to be honest with you.
But you would prefer Houston. What if Doe moved back up here?
Let's see where life takes me then, I guess.
Where's her family?
Bella's? Mm-hmm. From Waller.
Where's that?
Waller Hempstead, 45 minutes away from College Station.
Oh, okay. So her whole family's down there.
Yeah.
Got it.
I mean, whole family. So it's a little difficult.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to go too far, and I'm like, okay. So
well, if y'all ever plan on having kids, you need to find somewhere where there's family.
Yeah.
Or you're going to have a rough first couple of years.
Go. Mm-hmm. So, she just wants a place with a little bit of land. Doesn't need much. I'm like, simple.
Just a white picket fence and some sweet tea on a Sunday afternoon.
Pretty much.
And going to chapel in the morning. That's all she needs?
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay. All right, let's backtrack. Let's go back to, what's your earliest memory as a child? We'll start there. Ooh. Don't take too long to think.
Okay. Earliest memory. I don't remember where the pre-K place was that I used to go to. I do remember it was a church, and I think it was by Pawpaw's house. Mm-hmm. But
this was in Euless?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And I remember very vividly that I had a Green Bay Packers helmet, and I tried taking it inside whenever I was with my mom.
Into the daycare?
Yeah, into the daycare. And as soon as I got in, I had it on. I was ready to go for a day. And she just looks at me. She goes, "You can't wear that in here." I'm like, at the time, I'm like starting to have a meltdown. I'm like, come on.
You remember that?
Yeah, I do. It was very vivid. I had to have only been like that tall. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, that's like a 1-year-old height, as tall as you just did.
Well, however tall it was probably, so, probably,
14 inches off the ground. So, I'm just kidding.
But, yeah, I remember that. I think that was the earliest one I remember, or something out in San Antonio.
Yeah. But, do you recall, my earliest memory I have with you is putting you in the car seat.
Oh my God.
You were way too young.
I was way too young to remember that.
But your mom asked me to put you in the car seat, and it was back before we had the Duna, which is the revolutionary stroller. So I had to sit you in the back of the car. Have you seen the strollers now? You can pivot them in the back seat. That's crazy.
That is insane.
Anyway, this one was locked into the car. I sat you in there, and I'm trying to buckle the buckle between your legs, and you may have been a year old, probably a little bit less. I got your shoulder straps on. I got the clasp across your chest, and I'm trying to put the clip in between your legs, and it won't go. And I'm like, nothing's working. And you're screaming your head off. And she comes back there, and she's watching me do this, and it's not going in because the thickness of your thigh is getting pinched between the metal seat belt and then the bottom piece of it. And I felt horrible. Your poor leg was black and blue
I was
for
probably
a
screaming
week.
Bloody murder too.
Yeah,
in the back.
You definitely were. It was like the silent cry where nothing comes out because it's hurting so bad. Yeah. And I just didn't. I thought you were just uncomfortable, but no, I toughed it out. Deliberately hurting you on purpose.
I toughed it out. It's like a slap on the back, just
Yeah.
call it a day. Get slapped on the back, you get ready to go into the bar. So
you mentioned San Antonio. What do you remember about San Antonio?
A lot. I still kind of keep in contact with Joel. I don't know if you guys ever remember Joel, but
No idea who that is.
he was down the street neighbor from me, my mom, and David. So
I never went to that house.
Yeah, it was nothing. After going back there again, I was like, oh wow, no, this is really nothing.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize it was right behind a golf course.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that either.
I didn't realize that unless it got just built. But I remember vividly like going into a back alley to get to our driveway. Played. I don't know if you had this, but you remember that like pitchback machine or like that pitchback thing where it was just like an elastic trampoline that you just throw the ball at.
Yeah, it comes back to you. Yeah, I'm about to get Lincoln one of those.
Hours, dude. Spent hours on that thing playing basketball. I remember everything out there. Learned how to ride a bike. Ate pecans. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. It's a good time. So, and Tim, I do remember Tim. I don't remember how old he was, but I think he was just getting into high school. And
who the hell's Tim?
Okay, so Robert, Robert, that's my stepbrother from Joe. Tim was my stepbrother from David.
Oh, okay.
So, he was really.
I promise I care more than what I'm.
I know. I'm like, what the heck, man? No, I know you're good.
When you get a family, you're just gonna forget a bunch of stuff.
Trust me, dude. You're good. So, yeah, I remember him. And he recently kind of came back. We haven't heard from him in a little bit, so he's probably out doing his own adventures. Knowing him, he's probably sword fishing or something. But
was he older? He was in high school.
Yeah,
and you were how old?
3. No, probably 5. Somewhere around there. Anyway. Enough to remember going to pre-K. But another pre-K.
Oh, so the Green Bay was in San Antonio?
That was in Euless.
Oh, okay.
That was in Euless, but that's where my memory gets foggy. I'm like, I don't remember what time period that was, but yeah. So I remember that very vividly.
Yeah.
And being a fan of the San Antonio Spurs. But
somewhere in my office I have it might be over there somewhere by you, but I have a signed T-shirt the year they won
the championship.
All the players. So it's like a turquoise blue shirt. It's somewhere over there. It's somewhere in this office.
Eventually.
Yeah, I should have it in a shadow box like that football, but oh well.
Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, all those guys.
Yeah, that squad. It had to have been. What they won in the late 90s, right?
No, they went, dude. They had a dynasty going. I think the last they won was 2006, 7.
I had to have been young.
Yeah, 7.
Oh, geez. They won it.
Oh, I didn't realize
3,
they won.
5, 7, and 14.
I told you, dude, they were on a run for a while. I didn't realize they won in 2014, though.
Yeah, so it had to have been 99. Yeah. 99 or 03, because that would have been 9 or 13.
Dude, that 03 squad and the 3 to 7, dude, those were good years.
So you think 03 was the best team?
You think so?
No, I'm asking.
I'd probably put 05 or 07. I'd probably put 07. But that's just because I remember Tim Duncan, all those guys, and watching them play.
The 2003 team had Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Steven Jackson, Bruce Bowen, David Robertson.
Ooh, Bruce Bowen, though. Ooh, who was on their bench? Ginobili was on their bench.
Steve Kerr.
And Kerr? Okay, hold on.
Speedy Claxton.
Kevin Williams.
Greg Popovich was the head coach. Yeah, okay. I guess that was a pretty good team.
Just a little. If Ginobili is your bench player, that is crazy.
Yeah, that's a very popular name.
Wow.
As someone that doesn't keep up with basketball, and I was a white kid growing up as a minority, I was horrible. I was on B team every time I played.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with it, but I know those names, which tells me they were studs.
Oh, dude, yes.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, Steve Kerr on the bench too. Well, I guess that was in his later years after he went, three-peat with Michael. Why am I blanking?
I don't know. You're not. Don't look at me. Jackson. I can't help you.
Michael Jordan. Why did I want to say Michael Jackson?
Not to pivot too far away, because we'll get back to San Antonio and your upbringing. How do you feel about the Luka Doncic trade?
Bro, Don't even get me started. I waking up that next morning, because I think it happened at like 12:30 morning time, some random time.
I think the ESPN notification hit my phone around 12:45 in the morning.
I'm like, okay. Well, I wake up and I'm like, oh, it's another ESPN update. So I'm like, okay, someone from football is like, oh, here's a bracket, whatever. And I'm like, I look at my phone. I'm like, Luka got traded, and I was like, what? And I saw it was for Anthony Davis, and I'm like, we wanted a big man, but we got rid of our star player for a big man. What are you thinking?
We got rid of our star player. I shouldn't say our. I hate people that say we or our, because you don't play on the team. The Dallas Mavericks got rid of the player. But I heard Nico said something yesterday that he's still standing behind the trade.
Oh, yeah.
And he's doing it because he thinks defense wins championships. And I was like, when's the last time AD played defense?
When's the last time defenses actually won a championship?
Well, that's how the league used to be.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But when's the last time? You know what I mean? So like
everyone just shoots threes.
Since 2016, whenever Cleveland came back from the Golden State down 3-1, ever since then, when has a defense ever won a championship? You know what I mean? So
they don't. Yeah,
I hated that trade. I'm like, and I get the whole argument about like Mark Cuban sowing his own downfall by selling majority percentage of the team, but I'm like, Mark Cuban.
What does that have to do with it?
Mark Cuban would have never made that trade.
Oh yes, I agree.
That's what I'm saying. If he sold, I think like 2%, or like he has like 49% versus 51. So he, but yeah, I'm like Mark Cuban
left.
He didn't sell the whole team. He sold majority.
I think you might be getting wrong information.
Look it up. I'm curious.
Does Mark Cuban still have?
27. Okay. Yeah. I'm getting fact checked on a podcast. That's crazy.
Right?
That's good to know, though. I was always told it was 49 to 51.
No, I knew it was a lot. Have you heard the conspiracy about why that trade happened? Other than Nico's
he's fat. I don't know. I've heard he doesn't work out well.
No,
like,
it's big. The conspiracy is bigger than that. The conspiracy is that the now controlling interest, which is the Las Vegas Sands Corporation, their main goal, because if you think about what are the two most recent very large investments made in Las Vegas?
Well, they got the Vegas Golden Knights, and you got the Big Sphere. I mean, you got so many sports teams that's moving over there. Yep. Oakland's about to move.
They already did. Yeah. That stadium's done. It's the most expensive football stadium. They're currently building the the A's. The A's are moving. I don't know what they're going to be called in Las Vegas.
I have no idea, but they're moving out there.
Yeah. Have you seen pictures of that concept stadium?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah. So they have the new football. They have new baseball.
Hockey.
They have new hockey. Now what are they missing? Basketball. So the conspiracy theory is that now that the Las Vegas Sands Corporation owns majority stake in the Mavs, and they have Nico there, it's to continue to have the Mavs on their downfall year after year after year until the city loses interest, and then they pick up the Mavs and ship them to Vegas.
I don't ever think. I think something like Oakland that would have worked, but I can't ever see the Mavs losing interest. Like, I know Luka hurts, but you got to think like the amount of history that we have. Like, I know Oakland, like the Athletics had a crap ton of history.
Yeah, they did.
But their management was to the point where they were like twisting fans' arms to stop coming to the stadium.
True.
Like, I don't know if Nico has that in him.
Stop coming or start coming?
Stop.
Oh,
stop. Yeah. Like, I don't know if Nico has that in him. I don't. But I don't ever foresee them moving. At least I'd hope not, because I'm never ever gonna think of Dirk Nowitzki as a, anything in Las Vegas. I would always see him as a Dallas Maverick. So,
well, I think he's kind of etched in stone. I don't think that would ever change.
I mean, he is, but that's the kind of legacy is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Jason Kidd currently being a Las Vegas coach instead of the Dallas Mavericks coach. Like, no, I'm okay.
Yeah.
So. I hated that trade. I really hated that trade.
I saw actually this morning. It was on X, I think. So the Mavs got kicked out last night when they lost.
Oh, who did they lose to?
I knew you were gonna ask that. Who did the Mavs play last night?
I thought they won that game.
No, they lost. They lost by 14. It was 120 to
14?
106. Doesn't matter. They lost by 14.
Okay.
So now they're out. That was their run. The season's over with.
Yep.
Do you know what day the trade was made?
February 2nd.
February 1st.
First.
How many days is between February 1st and April 19th?
Is it 77?
77.
That's crazy.
77 days.
That's absurd.
Yeah. Coinky dink. Little coincidence. More irony than anything. But
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious. I got a very good laugh out
That
of
is
that.
kind of funny.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I guess the Lakers lost their first game, though. So, I would love for Luka to get a ring. Not with the Lakers. Same thing with Ohtani. I did not want to see him get a ring with the Dodgers. But,
Why? What's wrong with the Dodgers?
dude, they
Too
spent
much money?
I think there does need to be. This is going to get sports talk. I think there does need to
fine.
be a salary cap for baseball. It is absurd that the Yankees and the Dodgers, like two of the biggest teams, like just all right. Here's money. See ya. We can fund it. See you later. We're good. Like that's crazy to me. I mean that's rich coming from the Texas Rangers because we spent a lot of money too in 2023.
Yeah.
But it was at 1.7 billion. I don't think so. You know. So
Which franchise do you think does it correctly?
what do you mean?
Which sports franchise has the caps? It's like salary caps correct.
Ooh. I'd either have to put it with hockey.
Hockey's that's the correct answer in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I would say hockey. It's either going to be that or football, but even then football, like every single day, I'm like, nah, maybe not. But hockey? Oh yeah. Those guys know what they're doing. So
Yeah.
So
Because the hockey teams, everyone has the same salary cap, right?
yes.
And how it works.
Yeah,
And then you can divvy it up however you want.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think that's really smart.
What happens though? Is that all funded through one central part of the NHL?
I think it's still the cities. I think it's still the ownership, but I think it's just set to a cap.
Oh, okay.
So, but just I'm not too sure how it fully works. I just know that their salary cap is one that, like, if you are found breaking it, they'll straight up just trade a player or fake an injury. I should say fake an injury. They get injured, and that divvies them below the salary cap.
Got it.
So, well, it's just interesting.
How'd you think about the Gretzky record getting broken? Ovechkin broke it with him there. How cool is that?
That was really cool. I mean, it's really cool. I'm always still going to consider Wayne Gretzky the best hockey player of all time. It doesn't matter.
Even now?
Oh, yeah. What other records has anybody else broken?
I think this is the first one.
First one ever. And it's the goals. You know what he's known for? Assists.
True.
And he has so many assists.
Did you see Logan Paul just bought Wayne Gretzky's hockey stick, an auction from his final game?
How much?
Take a guess.
200,000.
It's also picture matched and
So
signed. It's 100% legit.
Let's go solid 750,000.
That's very high. 330.
Even still.
$330,000 for that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I should say medium six figures. Oh my goodness, bro. That's crazy.
I know.
So cool.
All right, let's go back. San Antonio. So you've had a very unique childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat similar to mine's a little different. But I mean I've gone from family to house to marriage to divorce to marriage to divorce.
Yeah.
But it's not my show, it's your show. So talk me through yours.
So what about like in specifics anyway?
Just start with what you
start with what I know.
Yeah, start with what you know.
Well,
I mean, your mom opened up in episode 1,
yeah,
and told, I thought, a very touching and compelling story. Granted, I didn't try to grill her too hard about why and like what your passion, like what got you to the decision that you made.
Yeah,
but she shared a very touching story.
Yeah.
So your perspective. Now it's your turn.
So I'll go ahead and just go straight into that. Like I don't mind. You know, she was. I had to have been a 8th grade like sex ed class, and it was like, you know, this is how babies are made, right? And I'm like, okay, that's very, you know, interesting. And I got to thinking like, how for me, because I don't have a dad. Like at that point in time,
so you knew already.
Well, I was like, it got me thinking because I was like, okay, well, I don't have a dad. So I was like, I'm going to go ask her, just like, hey, what's up? Like, I didn't think I was ever adopted. And I mean, to me, I don't see there's ever a problem with that. Like, I can get why people are scared to tell people that, but like, I don't ever, it's okay. Because I mean, somebody wants you. And somebody got to the point where they like literally want you. Like, anyway. So.
And for those who didn't listen to Doe's episode, what was that?
Yeah. So I am a sperm donor's baby. So. I asked her and I was like, hey, what's up?
And you're what, 14?
Yeah, I had to have been like 14, 8th grade or something, 13 maybe.
Yeah.
So she mutes the TV. She goes, hey, we need to talk. And I'm like, okay, like for what?
Like right after you asked?
Yes. I'm like, okay, well, for what? And she's like, okay, so I wasn't too sure how to bring this to you, but you're a donor's baby. I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean? She goes, hold on. And she went to go get paperwork. And
what were you thinking in that moment? Do you have you remember it all? No. Okay.
I mean, not that I don't remember. It's just, it's kind of weird, but I have a very like hard time of like in the moment grasping things. It takes me a little bit to like fully understand. And then it hits like a truck, you know what I mean? So, at the time, didn't know. I didn't really know what that meant. But she let me like go through, she had like 7 papers or something like that, like 7 different packets of papers. And she's like, this is your dad. And like, just showed me the packet and I got to go through all of them on my own time. Read through a lot of them. I read through every one of them. A good, excuse me, a good like 3 or 4 of them were just like, hey, I need money. And those are ones that she didn't pick, but it was a good 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, she kept all the alternates? Wow.
So she's like, these were just ones that I didn't pick, but I just wanted to keep just in case there were options because they let me keep them. And a lot of them were just like, hey, we just need money. We're college. We're broke. We just need to get by. And like, that's every single one of the questions that were on there because it was a large questionnaire of like, why do you want to do this? What compelled you to do this? Do you want anything for your kid or anything like that? And all that was just like, hey, I just need money. Right. So my mom, I mean, obviously it didn't tell him the name. So,
yeah.
But I read like a few of these and it was just like, hey, who am I? Got all the like background. He's also 5'10". So shout out to the fact that he didn't give me the 6 foot genetics.
Damn.
But, yeah, it was a lot of like, I wanted to help single mothers and like people who just couldn't do this,
That's amazing.
And I'm just like, the other ones didn't make me do anything, but that one I genuinely teared up because I'm like, wow, like that's so awesome to me.
Well, even for you to have that type of awareness at 13 or 14 to get emotional for something like that says that, to me, I feel like that's kind of divine intervention from the Lord, giving you the spot to go to sex ed class that day.
Engineering, what you're doing in specific, that's just an aspect, but.
Well, they're not on their feet pushing with their hands, right?
No, I know.
Okay.
I know what you mean. But
okay,
I'm saying like opening the hatches because we've had to do that recently because I'm in the fertilizer department now. Oh my gosh, you guys really need to start investing in new train cars, please.
Well, if you're talking about UP, that's not ours. I
know. I'm just saying in general. You guys, I think across
that would be a lot of
board,
different carriers. That's not railroads. That is.
Oh, they're not railroad.
I mean, we probably own some, we probably lease some, but then some of them are owned by corporations that we're shipping goods and services for.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah, it could be a plethora of companies that you would have to pitch to get new rail cars.
Okay. Yeah, and they're just a pain to open when they're super rusted. I mean, super rusted. You have to really get into there. But
so last week I had a work trip at the Port of Los Angeles. You ever seen this before?
I have not.
Man, oh man, this is the Port of Los Angeles right here.
Okay.
So if you cut it in half, this side is the Port of Long Beach, and the west side is the Port of Los Angeles.
Okay.
This port itself is responsible for intaking 30% of the goods in the United States every single year.
Excuse me?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's ginormous. This
Okay.
picture doesn't do it justice, but let me look at that.
Drop them.
Let's drop it on Highway 710.
Oh, yeah, that is big. Holy crap. I was going to say.
So these are the big ocean carriers.
Okay.
Coming in.
Have you ever, you been to Seattle?
Yes.
Where do you compare this to Seattle's port?
Oh, hold on. So sorry.
Because I went to Seattle on my way to Alaska, and that port was massive.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, these are the big ocean containers,
Yeah.
ocean carriers.
Yeah,
Yeah, 30% of the freight,
that's crazy.
30% of goods that come into the United States every year comes in through that port.
Wow.
And there's only 2 railroads that operate there.
Only 2?
BNSF and UP.
I feel like those are the... Okay, so sidebar again. What are some other railroads that you guys, I would say, compete with? You guys probably all work together, quote unquote, but...
So there are 6
CSX.
what I would consider
Okay.
what are considered class 1 freight railroads.
Okay.
Right now the top 2 are BNSF and Union Pacific.
Mm-hmm.
Union Pacific currently is edging ahead of us as far as revenue.
Okay.
But I would say we trade back and forth every couple of years.
Okay.
And we're equally the same size. They do have less headcount just based on how they have operated their just their workplace over the last 12, 24 months.
Mm-hmm.
They've adopted what's known in the industry as PSR, Precision Scheduled Railroading.
Okay.
Which was a tool implemented by a gentleman named Hunter Harrison. And they did that over the last probably 24 years, and they're seeing the benefits of it.
Okay.
So we are not operating that way because, we find other ways to drive the bottom line revenue, and you don't have to do it through letting go of employees.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I've never agreed with that sentiment.
yeah.
So
But yeah, there are 6 class 1 railroads.
cool.
They're there. UP, CSX, Norfolk, Canadian National, and then Canadian Pacific, Kansas City, which is the new CPKC.
Oh, this is new. Oh, yeah.
Canadian
23.
Pacific ran obviously from Canada,
Mhm.
and then just stopped north of Kansas City. Kansas City went from Kansas City down through Texas,
Okay.
Mexico, and then they merged as one. So
Oh.
now it's just one full line that goes all the way up.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. You're the only one I care about, BNSF, so.
Yeah, it's the only one that matters.
Yeah, exactly.
Orange and black forever.
Oh, yeah.
And we're the only one that's owned by Berkshire Hathaway.
Yep.
So there's
Cool.
that. What else?
I don't know, man. You're the one with questions. I feel like we've had so many sidebars about like different things. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
What hits your news radar in being a college student these days?
What hits my news radar?
Mm-hmm.
The cost of living. Like, it's absurd, man. Like,
It's only getting worse.
dude, I went going to Costco. Like, you know, this is gonna sound crazy, but I think Costco is kind of a scam.
Don't you say that.
I really do, because I feel like.
Keep going.
So
It's for next topic.
I think, personally, Costco, I feel like I spend so much more money there compared to, like, let's say HEB, for only, I feel, it's probably not, but I feel like it's a marginal, like, additive for anything. So, like,
So buying in bulk is not worth it? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm trying to, yeah. And the only reason I think that is because their bulk prices are high, dude. Like,
For what specific products?
anything. Like, I get the Alani energy drinks, right, from that Haley used to get before she stopped. Let me see, like 36. I think it's a pack of 27 of them or something like that.
27 is a very odd number.
It's rows of 3,
Oh, okay.
so 36, yeah, something like that. But I think it's like $25.
That's not that bad. A little
It
over
just
$1 a
seems,
can.
but that's what I'm saying. But like that just seems like it to me. You know what I mean?
Is it because you're buying so many at a time?
Probably.
Yeah.
But and then I buy, I get these burrito bowls, like 3. It's only like 3 burrito bowls. It's like $17. I'm like, dude, that seems absurd. You know what I mean? And the only reason I'm saying this is because it's like at the end of the day, I'm paying like when me and Bella used to go, because she didn't have a Visa. They only take Visa cards. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd pay for the both of us, and we really would only get like probably 10 things total, almost $200.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's insane. But I feel like if we get those same, let's go 25 things with HEB, I feel like it'd only be like 130. I could be wrong about that, but that's just what I'm like. That's really weird. You know? But like I said, I could be wrong. It could just all be in my head. I could be crazy.
I mean,
So
I think you have to learn how to leverage the grocery stores for what they're meant for. You
True.
go to Costco for your bulk items.
True.
And I would say you like your party dishes and then steaks.
Yeah.
Because their prime steaks, I think, are the best. And then you go to HEB, greatest grocery store ever, by the way, for everything else.
Yeah.
That's because it sucks if you have to do multiple stops. It's very inconvenient.
That is very inconvenient.
Time management,
but I do get it.
Yeah. So anyway, what I looked up a second ago, I watched a documentary on Kirkland Signature, which is the Costco private label. They brought in 2023 $59 billion in revenue. The brand Kirkland, which is Costco's private label.
Yeah.
That's not saying.
That's not.
Well, it's not what Costco made their fiscal year of 2020.
Oh,
That's
I know.
just
That's
the
just their
Kirkland
product.
brand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How much did Costco make overall in 2023? Breakdown by brand, if needed. $59 billion, just the Kirkland. $237.7 billion they made in 2023.
Dude. Oh my goodness. Membership fees alone were $4.5 billion. That's the other thing too. You gotta, to me, she has the membership, easier done, but you have to weigh the option of now they're starting to scan you in. I don't know if you've seen that, so you can't just use.
I follow rules, so.
Well, what I'm saying is like if she was to use like her mom's card, right? No, not so much because now they actually show the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah, you got to weigh the amount of money that you're spending on a membership fee a year. Which, granted, a year for $100, I don't think is that bad. But
yeah, there's 2 levels, right? You have the executive one. Then you have Gold Star, which is $60, and then executive, which is $120.
Which again, $60 or $5 a month, not bad. That's really not bad.
Yeah,
but you just got to weigh it. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, a company making $237 billion a year is absurd.
Mm-hmm. And again, $4.54 billion just in those is crazy. Just in 60s and 120s.
How many Costco stores are there?
One just opened up in Weatherford.
There's 870.
Dude.
What is 870 divided by 4.58 billion?
Each store is making $5 billion.
No, that's million.
Million. Oh, oops.
Each Costco store that you see, and this is for the listeners. This is why I love having ChatGPT. Each Costco store you see, every year makes over $5 million just in the fee for you to shop there. Just to shop there, they're making $5 million.
Crazy, dude.
And you know what? They probably could go up in their membership fees, and nobody would balk.
Oh yeah.
Nobody. I wouldn't.
Well, I don't know.
Because the paper towels, the water, the eggs, the milk. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
And then you have to think about their clothes. Also, there's not another grocery store out there that you can get a fully cooked rotisserie chicken for $4.99.
That price has definitely gone up.
Has it? What is it now? 7? 8?
I want to say it's close to 10.
Okay. Still, 10?
$10
for an entire chicken?
That's true.
You know how much they lose on their rotisserie chickens every year?
A ton.
Hey, did you know that stat?
I don't know it off the top of my head now.
Costco lose on their rotisserie chickens. Wish I could type better. No, it's $4.99. I knew I was right. You are just getting fact checked all over the place.
I
They
promise
lose
you it's not
30
$4.99 right now.
That's
though.
what it's Costco is famously committed to keeping its rotisserie chicken price at $4.99.
Okay.
And they lose $30 to $40 million a year in profit. That's also why they have it at the back of the store. Do you know that?
Yeah, all their like the
Because you got to walk through.
you got to walk
else.
through it. Yeah,
Yeah.
You get more money.
In 2019, they even built their own $450 million poultry processing facility in Nebraska to control production costs and supply. Costco CFO has admitted the chain takes a hit on the chicken, but the move keeps customers' loyalty high.
Yeah, I was about to say you have to also weigh the fact that like you could be losing money, but dude, the loyalty goes so far.
It's funny that brand loyalty is big, but company loyalty is not.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
I told Brittany before, I'm a logo hoe. I get my certain logos and I stick with them.
No, me too. My mom went to Great Value from Walmart, and I'm like, I can't do this. I don't like it. I was like,
I have a couple logos that I stand by. One is BNSF, 2 is HEB, 3 is QT, and 4 is Now, which I just acquired this last night for my birthday. I sweet talked my way into getting a JW Marriott pin.
Oh, nice.
For the coat, for the sports coat.
Nice.
Yeah. It's like the employee pin. How cool is that?
Cool.
Haven't got a chance to wear it yet, but I'm pretty pumped about it.
Yeah. You always got tomorrow.
True. Oh, yeah, I might wear it to church.
So, yeah, no, I don't know. It was one of those things where it's like Costco just feels like I'm taking such a massive hit on money that it's just hard to be like, I don't know if I'm actually doing good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Something.
It's kind of scary to think about what stuff will cost when Lincoln is 18 or 19 years old.
Man, we're already screwed. You know what I mean? So, best you can hope for is that it stops, or not stops, but slows, because you can't stop inflation. You can't reverse it. So,
elaborate on that. Why can't you stop or reverse it?
Well, in general, everybody's always like inflation. You got to stop inflation. It naturally, anyway, things are going to inflate. It just depends on how fast the rate is, right? So that's why things back in the 50s were 10 cents for a Coke bottle. Now it's about $4 for a Coke bottle.
Or $1.17 for a can of Alani, and you get a good deal.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So this is one of those things, you know, and like I agree, like there's certain presidents that, you know, made it worse, and like obviously that's going to drive it up through the roof. But you can't stop it. You can't reverse it. We can't go back to 10 cents per Coke can.
No.
You just can't. I don't know how else to explain it other than the fact that science and logically speaking, you just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So the best way to do it is to slow the rate down, and hopefully that's the best plan. So
being a college kid and talk about spending money, it made me think of the recent story at Florida State.
Oh, explain.
Did you not hear about what happened at Florida State? The shooting? Happened 2 days ago.
No, I didn't hear about this one.
The son of a local county deputy sheriff. His mom was the sheriff. He was a student at Florida State, and he took her licensed firearm and went on campus and killed 2 people, injured 4 more. And in hearing that story, there was a chart that was shown that talked about there's like an average of, I think it was like 20 school shootings a year from like 1980 to 2020, 22. And then 22, it skyrocketed to like 400 a year. It was something. I'll see if I can find the chart.
Okay.
But what does hearing something like that do to you, being that you're actually a student on campus somewhere where things like that take place?
Well, so...
And while you're telling me, I'm going to see if I can find that chart for you.
So, you know, I guess it's a little, I wouldn't say easier, but the amount of times that we're told not to carry on campus, and I hate to break this to them, but the amount of people who carry on campus, you know, it's one of those things where it's, I'm a little worried, you know what I mean? But like, that's the reason, like, I got the pistol, and that's the reason that shotgun that my grandpa got me. I mean, right now it is back in College Station. So I mean, I told you from the start, I was like, I only want those for home defense right now.
Yeah.
So just in case. Now,
but so here's the chart before you continue on.
Okay.
So we have, this goes all the way back to 1966. There were 9 school shootings.
Mm-hmm.
And it bounces around from 20 to 32, 47, 35, 52. The highest one between 2017 and 1967 was in 2006. There were 59 school shootings.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2021, 257. 2022, 308. 2023, 349.
That's crazy.
2024, 332. And already this year in 2025, there's been 73.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean,
just geographically speaking, I know in my area where I live now, I for sure have 3 schools right here in my neighborhood. There's another neighborhood right the next exit that doesn't have a high school, but they have an elementary and a middle.
Yeah.
That's only 5 schools.
Mm-hmm.
There's still 68 other ones that would have had shootings in the first 4.5 months of the year.
Yeah.
So back to the questions I had for you. And I'm asking you to speak on behalf of the generation, but do you think your generation has become unscathed by this sort of news article?
Yes.
Like it's another day?
Mm-hmm. Sadly. Incredibly sadly. Because I know your generation, or at least whenever you were born, I think you had to have been 9 when Columbine happened, or at least 9 or 11.
99. I was 9 years old.
So that was the biggest news until Sandy Hook, and I think 2003, 2006 or something like that. I think it was 2006. Those were the 2 biggest things ever.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, I mean, you hear about them a lot because it's a hot topic for the news, obviously. I mean, and of course, but it's upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I do think we've been unscathed because I'm sure Mom told you about that, but Weatherford had a scare, and nothing really happened, but somebody from Springfield just showed up to school, and
when you were in high school?
Mm-hmm. So senior year. So
just some guy showed up from
Springville or Springtown.
Oh, I was gonna say Springfield, Illinois.
No, sorry, Springtown. And we were on the baseball field, and that was the new one. So that was we hid in the concession
so far
stand.
from school.
Oh yeah, we were so far away. But yeah, he didn't shoot anybody. He just pulled out the gun and I think he threatened to shoot people, but it never actually happened. But he just went outside, went to the forest, he turned it on himself, and got him in the abdomen. And the SWAT was called. I remember that very vividly.
What forest? Across the street?
You remember let's see.
Or behind the big Outback?
Behind the big Outback. Remember that
by the
section of
church?
trees?
Because there's a church right there.
Further, not to that side, but further back that way.
So in
there's
between
another row of trees before you get to houses.
Mm-hmm.
There.
Mm.
So.
Was he a student?
At Springtown, yeah.
He was a student?
Mm-hmm.
So he was young.
Yep.
17 or 16.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the closest we ever got. Other than that, thank God. But yeah, nothing. But yeah, no, I feel like our generation is just
You're desensitized.
Unscathed. Oh yeah, sadly. Incredibly sadly, but yeah.
Yeah.
I can only imagine whenever I get to be a parent. I'm terrified. But
did you hear about what happened in Frisco?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. I don't know the whole story, in terms of I keep hearing names pop up one side said this, the other side said that, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I do know somebody was stabbed.
I mean, so, it begs the question, why'd you bring a knife to a track meet?
I agree, but it's high school. Everybody, especially ag students, oh yeah, they're going to bring knives.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, but no, I know. Yes, it was sad.
Yeah.
So
it's just another thing because I mean, I would consider an 18-year-old in high school still a part of your generation.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say they're the last, and then the alpha generation or generation alpha or whatever. I'd say they're probably started still in
middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot. It is. being now that we have kids, we have a Lincoln who's about to be 5 and Monroe who just turned 1. It's not the best thing in the world to sit back and watch the news and have to try not to put it into perspectives in like something you could envision.
No, I know.
But it's something unfortunate that you can't envision.
No, I know.
You know?
I agree. It's sad. It's sad.
You and Bella want kids?
Eventually.
What's the game plan?
Game plan? Hope to have a boy first.
I meant, like, how long do y'all want to wait?
I'm going to get settled in. I couldn't tell you how long off the top of my head, but
She doesn't have like an end goal in mind.
Probably not. I mean, not that I've determined. She does. I mean, I can tell she wants kids. I think she's weird. I mean, not really weird for it, but she's a little scared of the actual
Who wouldn't be?
I mean,
it's scary.
It is, and I'm like, listen, I get it. I'm like, take it. We're gonna take this slow.
Yeah.
Whenever we even get to that point, so don't even worry. We have years most likely to even discuss this. So it's like, just take it slow. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're good. So that's how we kind of got about it.
Okay.
So
what do you have for me? Anything?
I mean, dude, gosh, dude. I don't know. Not off the top of my head. I mean, I know I kind of, like I said, we've been on a lot of sidebars that I guess you haven't really asked a whole lot of questions for me in particular, but
not for the first one.
Not for the first one.
Yeah. Because we're already at 2 hours.
Are we really?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I told you I could talk forever. I was going to tell you like beforehand. I was like, dude, let's just keep it going.
Yeah.
Let's just keep rolling. But, I mean.
I think this was a good intro episode.
Oh, yeah. I agree. How are you guys doing? I mean, like, what's anything new up here that I don't know about? Anything? Don't tell me you have a third kid on the way.
No, we're done with 2.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have an appointment scheduled yet, but I've made the call to schedule the appointment to get snipped.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, we don't want more than 2.
That's fair.
Got a boy, got a girl.
Yeah.
Both healthy.
Good.
I mean, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah. Good.
But no.
Nothing
Definitely not 3.
No. Couldn't handle another one?
Mm-mm.
Didn't even entertain the idea?
No, not really.
Oh.
One of our close friends just had their 3rd. Or no, it was before they had their 3rd, but they were thinking about the impacts of the family financially, emotionally.
Yeah.
And the dad said, you know, one of the things I'm not looking forward to with having a 3rd kid. And I was like, no, I have no idea. What is that? And he goes, I have a 5th wheel everywhere I go now. I can't sit at a 4-top table.
Yeah.
If we go on a roller coaster, one kid or a parent's always going to be left out.
Mm-hmm.
There's just, it's for those families who have 3, I'm sure it's a blessing to have 3.
Oh, yeah.
It's with Brittany and I having the boy first, now Monroe, and both of them are healthy and growing like they're supposed to be. And we're mid-30s now. So it's like, my mom was very fortunate to not have any problems with Haley and not have any problems with birth.
Yeah.
Being 40. But, there's a lot more risk when you get
I know.
mid to high 30s. So
At the time, I didn't realize it, but yeah, no, my mom was, I would say 36 off the top of my head. I know she was in her late 30s as well. So, yeah, I can't. I know. Like the sooner you do it, the better. But you can't wait too long. But fortunate. And like I said, I'm here today, so that's all that matters. And I'm gonna graduate soon. So.
Oh yeah, you're about to do your ring dunk.
Dude, I am so looking forward to that.
What is that, in a month?
Just about, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for it. I'm gonna already made.
What choice of alcohol did you choose?
That's just Coors.
And you have to drink an entire pitcher of it, right?
Yep.
Sounds so absurd.
Sounds awesome.
I have a coworker who is an Aggie, and she doesn't chug like beer I guess cold beer that well. So she told me she decided to. I don't know what beer she went with. Probably some light beer.
Michelob.
But decided to leave it out for like an hour, so it'd be like warm
room temperature,
so it's easier to drink. That sounds awful.
Makes sense.
Is that what you plan on doing?
No, I'm probably gonna still have it cold, but I'm gonna let it be flat. I can't do the carbonation, dude. That's what kills me. Even if I shotgun something, it's the carbonation. It's not the alcohol.
What other choices, like some of your friends, what are they doing?
So some of my friends have already gotten a ring. One of my good buddies, Trace, he did Coors or Miller. Actually, he did Miller. He's a big Miller guy. He did that one in 13 seconds. Okay. My goal is to beat 13. I'm going to let you know.
Why is that a goal?
Why not?
Just bragging rights.
Oh, yeah. So his thing was 13 seconds. And then he was like, oh, I'm not done yet. So he said, everybody come pour in a shot of whatever you have in your drink into the pitcher. I'll do another one. And he did another one.
That's disgusting.
It was crazy.
You have any idea where the Aggie dunk came from?
Not off the top of my head. Let's see. What does it say?
Likely around the 1990s, it became a full-blown tradition where students drop their Aggie ring in a pitcher of beer, chug it, and try to catch the ring in their teeth at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Though not officially endorsed by Texas A&M, it's widely recognized as a symbolic moment of pride and community.
Yeah. So the Dixie Chicken, like the big bar down there, they don't allow people to do it anymore.
Why is that?
I don't know. They're just like, if you do it here, you're kicked out, you're done. Like,
I was surprised to see that Bonfire came back.
It's not school sanctioned.
No, I get that, but it was humongous.
Yeah, that whole tragedy was terrible too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I've been to 2 or 3. I just haven't been to the one with UT. Like, we're burning down UT. Mm-hmm. It's always LSU, but that's
homecoming, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Final home game week. So, or whenever we play them,
it's probably strategic that they don't put UT there. Right? You don't think the SEC does it on purpose?
What, the
schedulers? So that because the tragedy happened, the Bonfire with UT, correct?
I mean, yeah, but it's always what we've done. It's what we've done forever.
Oh,
so, now with that being said, we did win our game like that year. Whenever that happened, we did win our game for that. So that was pretty nice.
Yeah,
but and kind of just piggybacking off of that, we play them this week in baseball, which I don't know if you've been keeping up with us, but where did this come from?
Would you make a comeback?
9 out of the last 10.
What was that really cool stat that?
Yeah. No, we tanked. Dude.
Can you explain what that stat was?
Let me backtrack. How in the world do you get second in the finals and then like immediately 17 hours later? Yeah, I'm out of here. Anyway, number 1, ranked 1.
We're talking about baseball.
Yeah, talking about baseball.
Preseason ranking.
Number 1, held that for I think 2 or 3 weeks, and then it just went downhill.
Fell out of the top 25.
We fell out of the top 25 really quick, but
no other college team preseason ranked number 1 has fallen out of the top 25 quicker than
best
Texas
to do
A&M.
it. Best to do it.
I mean, I have an Aggie in the house. So I'm throwing shade at my own last name now.
No, I mean, and I don't know what it is. At the time, I didn't know what it was. I was like, we're not clicking. I can't tell if it's the coach. I can't tell if it's the kids. I can't. I don't know. And then all of a sudden, we go in, we take down Tennessee. We get no hit by them in their first game. And then all of a sudden, just from there, just...
Wow. Like enough to make a run for the College World Series?
If we keep doing well, we've taken down number 1, Tennessee, whenever they were 1. And then we just took down Arkansas, and they were number 2. And now we play number 1.
Oh, that game was today, wasn't it? Yesterday.
No, we had a doubleheader yesterday.
Yeah.
So now we play UT, which for some reason is ranked number 1.
Well, they're a pretty good program.
We'll see. I don't know what because they're fielding. They have a lot of errors. They have almost as much errors as we do. They can't make a throw from third to first. But
they have arms.
But they have good pitchers. I think that's the big thing. But I don't know about their bats.
Set aside your hatred for the Longhorns. They do have a good program.
I mean, they do. Look, my whole thing with UT, the main reason why I hate them, despite the fact
you don't hate them, you just dislike the school.
Let me majorly dislike the school then.
There you go.
The main reason I don't is not so much for the fact that they're good at everything, which they are. I can hand it to them, but it's just the ego. I can't do the ego.
Are
know
you
what I mean?
trying to say that people that go to A&M don't have egos?
No, we do.
Okay.
But we are also like at the point where
Hello, kettle.
we get humbled. We
I'm
get
pot.
humbled so well that like everyone's just like, yeah, this is expected. But I don't know what it is. You know, I can't tell if it's just because it's the rich school or people like, oh, I'm top 5% of the class. I can go here. Okay, cool. I could have gone. I chose not to.
Yeah.
Like,
why did you choose not to go there?
The people.
Mm.
Mostly the people. I don't like Austin anyway. But topple that with the fact that everyone thinks they're better than everyone else. I'm like, bro. Like,
yeah.
But I don't know. They, to me, like from my perspective, and again, you're
fine.
So, to me, they're not the ones who provide for the backbone of America, because like most of our jobs from A&M are more blue collar centered or actually hardworking like jobs, like such as that. Now, granted, UT great medical program, I can admit it. Good lawyer program, I can admit it. But you know, that's only a select percentage of the American population compared to how many ever people we have construction, mechanically, engineers, because we are a good engineering school. You know, it's just stuff like that. That's my main thing, and they're just really pompous.
Yeah.
So that's my big thing. I'm like, no one is better than anybody.
True.
That's my thing. So
Jesus Christ said that.
I mean, but it's true. It's like every one of them that I've met, you know, besides a select few, are just like, we're better than you at everything we do.
Yeah.
Which again, sports, cool. All right, whatever. But to say that you are better than me because you have a degree that says University of Texas rather than Texas A&M, get out of here. No, you're not.
Yeah.
So
I have a couple of buddies who graduated from UT.
Yeah.
And I think you grow out of it. Unless you're there and you're involved in the school and everything still, you grow out of it.
I've seen a lot of people probably not your age, but mom's age.
No, I think it boomerangs. I think it boomerangs back because when your
okay.
kids get old enough, and especially if you have kids that go there, I think your ego and your pride start to swell.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it's like with our kids going to where they're going to school. You know, there's a pride thing associated with it.
Yeah, so. I get it. I mean, like for you in ACU, I love ACU. Like if they would have picked me up for baseball, probably would have done it.
Yeah,
but because I really like their engineering school.
Yeah,
very, very pretty engineering building. So, but you know, one of those things. I get it. You've thought about where I mean, obviously they're not old enough, but like you thought about where you think they're going to want to go. You think they're going to want to follow you? I
mean, will college even be important then?
I'm sure.
You never know.
You could get Lincoln in for welding. Go into welding school.
Yeah. So. No, I have no idea. I have no idea.
I bet you he's going to want to follow you.
He's in the exploring stage right now. Yeah. He wants to do everything, anything and everything.
It's like he's in the color inside the line stage anyway, so it's fine. But
that's what he prides himself on.
He colors.
He has friends who color inside the lines, and then he has the friends that scribble.
Okay.
And he knows how to identify who's who. So
you realize that kid is extremely smart, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
smarter than me.
Dude, who gave it? Was it Brittany or was it you? Like,
I mean, I think I'm intelligent to a degree, but no, I think his ability to retain information quickly, I think he gets it from her.
I mean, he's able to retain info. He's able to like just understand, which is what's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like just being like Monroe, especially with Monroe. Oh my goodness.
Well, so two things. One, Lincoln he started daycare at 7 weeks old.
Yeah.
And he has gone to the same daycare, which that daycare is tied into a private school.
Okay.
So they're surrounded by, school curriculum in a daycare versus fill in the blank daycare that's just there to watch the kids, let them play, and then parents can pick them up. Like they actually go to classroom. They don't have like the full blown school that most elementary schools would have.
Yeah.
But they're surrounded with solid curriculum.
Yeah.
And actual like first grade, second grade, third grade, all the way up through 12. So I think just being one in that environment, and two, I mean, he's just it's fortunate that he's a sharp kid.
Oh yeah.
And he wants the thing about Lincoln is he wants to do good.
Yeah. I can tell.
That's in his DNA.
Oh yeah.
And also one thing we learned the other day is that competitiveness is not taught.
It's learned.
No, it's not learned.
Okay.
It's just you either have it or you don't.
Okay.
Because I have deliberately tried not to teach him competition because of how hard I struggle with it.
Yeah.
I struggle with it a lot. I've said it 1,000 times. I'm the world's worst loser. And you could bring in some of my community group church folks from one of my first community group outings with Keystone Church. We did it's the little go-kart, like a bumper car with a racket and a ball, and you throw it into the net in the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still to this day people share that story on how competitive I was wanting to win.
Yeah.
It's just small stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I've deliberately tried not to say like win or lose or I would never say you're better than because you beat somebody, but just try not to show my competitive nature in whatever I'm trying to teach him, or if I'm competing with him or we're racing or whatever. But every time he does something with me, he's like, I'll get there first. I'll do this better. I'll throw it farther. It's in it. He's got the competitive gene.
Yeah.
It's just something that you have. I don't think it's something that's taught.
No.
Which is great.
Cool,
I love that he has it.
Yeah.
I love that he has it. I think I would struggle if he didn't.
I get it.
Yeah.
I bet you he goes somewhere. I'll put money on that.
I hope so.
I bet you could.
I told Brittany the other day, I said, you know what? If we had a third kid, I would treat it like a social experiment. And I would force it to play a sport like golf. I would do Tiger Woods 2.0.
Yeah.
And make him or her practice golf every single day, 4 hours a day, every night. Like that's just what it. You come home from school and we're going to practice golf until you go to bed. That's just what we do, and see what happens. She was like, "That's a horrible idea."
That does sound horrible, but
And I would never actually do it, but
no, I know.
It just sounds interesting.
Fun.
Yeah.
Cool. So, flipping it onto you.
You're fine.
All right. So, how was Monroe's first party? I wasn't able to come, by the way, for anybody. I wasn't able to be here. So, how was it? What was it like? Was it just like Lincoln's? You guys had cake everywhere?
Lord, no. Lincoln's, we spent 5 or 6 of your Costco trips just on decor.
Yeah, Biggie Smalls.
And we had, we took out our dining room table because we had so much party decor for kids and little bounce houses and water slides and pools, and that was a whole shebang. And we decided not to do that for her, which neither one of them remember it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But her party was great. It was just family.
Oh, that's good.
And then Brittany invited her. So one of Brittany, kind of similar to how Doe is for me, except it's not a true aunt for her. Just one of her mom's really good friends. She is really close to Brittany. They came to the party, and we just opened presents, sang happy birthday. Monroe stuck her finger in the cake, didn't really like it.
Really?
Mm-mm. No, she struggles to eat real food, though. She still doesn't eat real food.
I remember the applesauce stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I wore all black that day because I felt like a little bit of me died.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because that's, we're not going to have 3. So she's 1. Now so we only have 17 years left with her. With Lincoln, we only have 13.
Don't think about it like that.
You have to.
I know.
Because if you have to, you lose perspective. If you lose perspective, you're lost.
You will, but I think especially whenever you hit the teen years, especially with Monroe, I pray to God that she's not an angsty teen, but I know Haley was. So it's one of those things where you just she'll
have a good big brother role model.
Oh yeah. I hope so.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope Lincoln doesn't just beat people up in high school or something, but
he's not.
Well,
what?
Brittany's up.
Oh. Hi. You going to sleep now? Okay. I love you. Oh, no. Not too much longer. Love you, babe. Sweet dreams.
Yeah. I wouldn't imagine her being an angsty teen, but you never know. Teenagers. I know I was like that towards mom. And I feel bad. Like now.
Are you saying angsty?
Angsty.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I was like that towards mom. I'd get snappy, but it was what it was.
You're trying to regulate your emotions in that stage. I think we're all that way.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah.
I'm more concerned with her knowing where her true self comes, like how she identifies herself,
Yeah.
how she sees herself in the mirror. That's more important to me than
Yeah,
anything.
I agree.
I wrote down a parenting quote the other day. I'll read it to you. It says, it says, being a father is teaching the people you cannot live without how to live without you.
That's a good one.
I'll say that again. Being a father is teaching the people you cannot live without how to live without you.
That's a good one. It's a thinker.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense.
And then there's another one. It's far more important for us to teach our kids self-control rather than self-esteem. And the only way to teach self-control is to tell them no.
True.
Yeah. Because if they start coming to you for self-esteem, they're lost. Because we're all imperfect.
Yeah.
Don't come to me for your happiness. I'm going to lose you. I'm going to try my best, but I'm always going to fall short.
Yep.
You know. Do you like dad jokes?
Absolutely.
I have some rough ones.
All right, go ahead.
You want to hear some? I feel like we need to wrap it after the dad jokes.
All right.
None of these are appropriate.
All the ones that you've brainstormed.
Yeah,
on?
no, I can't do these. Screw that. I'm not doing these.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, heck, do you have anything else for me? I mean, anything fun? I can make it short and sweet. Like I said, I know we kind of haven't, I know this whole, getting to know me type of podcast, but, I feel like we've sidebarred so much that.
We sidebarred on good stuff, though. I feel like
absolutely.
good takeaways.
I'm just, if you had anything else for me, I'm all ears. And a mic.
Why do you drive a blue Camaro?
A blue Camaro. Wow. You see, the funny thing was it was yellow.
Even worse. I would.
Oh yeah, that's why I wanted it blue. But hey, 20,000 miles, $1,000 from New York with hail damage. I'll take it. Incredible deal. But the Bondo, I had to do it myself. Essentially, I had help, but like a mentor. But fixed
the wrap.
No, the Bondo.
Oh,
so. Bought that, got it out of the way, and I was like, I'm so tired of getting crap because this thing is yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I want it blue.
Were your friends making fun of you?
Oh, yeah. I'm like, well, that, and I was like, yellow is not a color that I would want anyway. I'd want a blue. I wanted the, Chevy blue.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ones that in particular. Then one thing led to another, and Papa being Papa, he's like, let's wrap it. I'm like, you think it'd be easier than just coloring it? And he's like, yeah.
Should have painted it.
Should have painted it.
Yeah.
I'm like, gosh, man.
How long are you going to drive that?
I'm trying to get a work truck eventually. So, I don't know. I love that thing. It's about to crest 100,000 miles.
Is it?
It's at 99. So
you've never bought a car, right?
No.
Okay. So then the next one you buy will be your first car purchase.
Yeah. So, and I'm hoping to get a Tundra, actually.
It's a good first truck.
I kid you not, the amount of times I've talked to your mom asking if I can have that truck.
She's not going to give it to you.
She's never going to get rid of it. She's like,
why would she? It's paid off. It runs fine.
Well, she's like, that's what I told her. I'm like, it runs fine. She goes, no. It's the transmission's been fixed. I was like, how many times? She goes, once. I was like,
that's
okay.
because it's a Toyota.
I was like, it's a Toyota. You fix the transmission one time. It's at 350,000 miles. It'll run another 400.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
I follow a guy on LinkedIn. He's a diehard Toyota fan.
I will I hated them whenever I was younger, or disliked them heavily when I was younger. Now I'm like, oh my god, I can see it. Like, I
miss my Tundra. I had one in my junior and senior year of college.
Did you?
I had the newer body style, not the old, and it was the half door. So it wasn't the true, not the 4-door like Mom's got, but the extended cab version.
Yeah.
It was perfect. It was
perfect.
Dude, it was bright white. I
love those things.
Had a leveling kit on it.
Yeah.
It was 4-wheel drive.
Mm-hmm.
Had 5% tint all the way around. It was a great truck.
Yeah. I've been trying to swindle it from your mom.
It's not gonna happen.
But she's like,
I'll get that truck before you do.
But she's like, I know what it's worth. I'm like, how much is it worth? She's like, 9,000. I was like, yeah, okay.
It might be. You never know. Used cars are going up right now.
Uncle Jerry was like, I wouldn't pay over 3 for that thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't either. I was like, I'd pay. I was like, most I could give you, Aunt Carla, I'll be honest, I'll do 5,000. I'll pay you in increments. I'll do 5,000. I have no problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, nope, I need 9. I'm like, she's like, oh, I got the like Kelly Blue Book, and like people have praised it for 9,000. I'm like, I don't know about that.
She's not going to give you a deal until they get rid of that horse trailer. She's not getting rid of that truck.
How often does she use that horse trailer? Does she
probably
actually
not as much now as she used to.
Okay,
But back when they lived in Lipan, they had play dates like once every 6 weeks.
Oh, seriously?
Huh. And with my son being as persistent as he is to getting a horse,
he wants a horse.
I don't think they're getting rid of that truck anytime
That's fine.
soon.
I mean, like, worst things were like whatever. I was like, you know what you need to do? She's like, what? I was like, get yourself some farm tags. Slap them on there. Because I'm like, the horses alone are already enough for tax exemption. You might as well just get the plates.
Yeah.
I mean, make it easier on yourself. But
yeah, that is true.
I'm like, Uncle Kelly was like, you better not let that. You better park the windshield away from it because they thought it was gonna hail. And I'm just like, I mean, the windshield I could see it, but I'm like, just in general, he's like, don't do anything to that truck. Don't let it get hail damage on the body. I'm like, this thing's old and it's a farm truck. Be honest, it's fine. It's like it happens. So I was just like, okay,
yeah.
But yeah, I love that truck. I want that Tundra so bad. It's not even funny.
Yeah. Don't go buy a brand new one. Actually, do. If don't buy a brand new truck. What I'm saying is, don't buy this one because it has way too many miles. And if you do decide to get a truck, you're 100% going to have to get a used one.
Yeah, I know. It's just too much money for a new one.
I do think there's a lot to be said for the perspective that my buddy on LinkedIn shares, which is buy a Toyota and drive it until the wheels fall off.
Absolutely. Because you want to know why? You'll be dead before those things fall off.
Correct.
I love that.
Correct.
That's awesome.
I want to let me see if I can find a picture of his that's him right there at the top. It's a recent post, I think. There it is. Don't be a dipstick. Drive a Toyota. He has a really cool cruiser. That's it right there.
Whoa.
He took the top off.
That's cool.
Isn't that cool?
That is awesome.
I think it's got 290,000 miles on that thing.
That's not bad either. I say that's not bad. That's a lot of miles, but all things considered.
Yeah, right there. Top 10 car brands driven by millionaires. Dave Ramsey said Toyota's number 1.
Dave Ramsey. Do you like Dave Ramsey? You a big Dave Ramsey guy?
I like some of his perspectives, yeah.
I do too.
We are a huge credit card point family, so I disagree with his philosophy on that.
So I like the idea of paying things for cash. Like, I really do. But reasonably speaking, they probably will never sell it to you unless you have a credit score. You know what I mean? So I think that was the main thing that I was always hooked up on. I was like, in today's society, like, you have to have a credit score. Like,
yeah.
For this house, oh yeah, you're going to have a credit score. Mm-hmm. For a car, maybe.
And a good one too, unless you want to get bent over on your interest rate.
Oh yeah. So, but I like the idea of like paying for cash, everything in cash. Like, that's a really cool, awesome philosophy that might not work, you know, so.
It all depends on if you're paying off your balance at the end of every month.
Yep. See, I pay my balance as soon as I can. That's my trick.
Yeah.
Works out. Bump my credit score up a ton of points, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Do you follow his philosophies?
I don't remember what his 7 steps were. He's got like really good 7 steps for making sure you're out of financial debt and like how you start saving. Remember what they say? Yeah, the baby steps. Yeah,
Starter emergency, pay off all debt, save 3 to 6 months of expenses, invest 15% of your household income, save for your child's college fund, pay off your home early, and build wealth and give generously.
I like that philosophy.
Yeah,
it's good. So
I don't see anything wrong with following those steps.
No,
that's what I'm saying. I think I take him in bits and pieces.
Oh yeah,
but you know, there's so many fun articles I read. I should start bookmarking them. But there was a study done on people who have credit cards and their expenditures versus people who don't use credit cards and their expenditures. There was not a drastic, but a marginal increase in spending for people who use credit cards because there was not an emotional attachment to the dollar.
Yeah.
Because you don't see it.
I've heard
so
that.
While, yes, in that control group, the people were paying off their credit cards, so they weren't dealing in interest. But they were spending marginally more because there was no emotional connection to what they were spending.
The fun thing with cash is that it's so tangible that you can see what you're putting down. That's one of his things too. I'm like, oh yeah. Like if I feel like if I was just paying for cash everything, I'd be like, you know, I agree. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So
I have the. No, I'm not giving it. No, it's down there by you. Freedom, or Freedom University. No, it's at the bottom. It's at the very, very, very bottom. The very bottom, yeah.
Okay.
If you want it, you can have it.
Sure.
Dave Ramsey's Freedom, Peace. I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, you can have it.
Okay.
Definitely. Are you a big reader?
Used to be.
Why not anymore?
I don't know. I really don't. I just kind of stopped, I guess. But yeah, I used to be. I mean, you know me. It's like every single holiday that Kevin and Andrew came, gave me a book, done with it within a day.
That's why I was curious. Have you ever heard of Pierce Brown?
I have not.
It's a really good series. Where's the first one?
I was going to say, if we can check it out here in a minute if you want.
Red Rising is a series, yeah.
Okay.
That's volume 1, Red Rising, and then it's Morning Star, followed by Golden Sun, followed by Dark Age, followed by Iron Gold.
Okay.
It's a six part series. You're more than welcome to it. Did I ever show you the book that I wrote?
Yes. Did you actually publish it?
This one?
Yeah. Did you publish it?
You know that's an AI joke book, right? Oh, okay, good. Yeah. No, that actually is my goal, though.
You write a book?
Mm-hmm.
You get a ghostwriter?
No, so are you on LinkedIn?
I have an account. I need to start doing all that stuff to it.
I've told you that.
I know.
I've told you that time and time again.
I know.
So I put together in school, we cover various, like right now I'm in my doctorate's in organizational leadership.
Mm-hmm.
So we cover a plethora of leadership topics.
Yeah.
Some good, some bad, some hard to read, some really some I just dive in. I'm fascinated with. Right.
Okay.
So sometimes what I do is I take some of the principles talked about that week or that I've read about that week, and I flip it into a LinkedIn article.
Okay.
So I'm publishing articles as I get free time that I'm not reading, 600 pages a week for my schooling, or if work's not too crazy, I can focus on writing a LinkedIn article. But my vision for doing it, one is to kind of be dedicated to something I'm passionate in and staying true to that. But then also at the end of it, what I would really like to do is have a daily leadership book, but in bite-sized quotes, almost like Mom's horse calendar she has.
Yes.
Same exact thing. But much more condensed version of because for example, this LinkedIn article, recharged, refocused, and refreshed. This was a picture I took when Brittany and I went to Arizona a couple months ago, and it was just a great recharged vacation, right?
Yeah.
And it's a 3.5-4 minute read, which is
that's bite size.
Yeah, but on a calendar, a leadership calendar, it would have to be so much smaller.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, my goal is if I can publish enough of these, anywhere from 75 to 150, I can put together a calendar. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's like an every 3-day calendar, or I would love to have 365.
That's just a lot.
That's a whole lot of work.
Yeah.
So maybe it's only 52, and this is week 1 of the year.
Yeah, weekly wouldn't be bad.
Yeah,
that'd be smart.
I guess day of would be a lot, because there's a lot of information in each of those.
Yeah.
And I've only done 17, so I have a long ways to go.
Yeah.
But I also still I don't graduate until May of 27. So I got a long ways to go.
Yeah, you got some time.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So
I like it.
That's it, man. We're at 229. That's a heck of an intro episode.
Heck yeah, man.
A lot of editing to do. I appreciate you opening up and sharing what you shared, and
I want to do this again.
I
told you I'd eat this up.
You're welcome to. Whenever you're in town, we can shoot.
I got you.
So
I want to see your mom and my grandma eventually too. Or my grandma, our grandma.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's definitely
my
ours.
bad. I'm a little sleep deprived. That's okay. So
it is 2:45.
This is the longest I've stayed up in months.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
This is kind of a normal Monday for. Well, today's not even Monday.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I forgot what day it was.
I'm always up by like 5, just getting ready for work. So I'm like, every day I'm just like, oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
So happens. But.
Yeah. Well, let's consider that a wrap. Okay. Thanks for tuning in to the No Good Show. Again, my name is James Rose. I'm the host. I'm joined today by my cousin Preston Ferrell Lunsford. We hope that you enjoyed the episode. Maybe you learned something fun about Costco and how much money they bring in every single year. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed the episode. Leave a like, comment, share, whatever all that does. Leave a 5-star review if you can. And I'll close this out with a good tune. Adios, everybody.